Today's practice is a holding pose practice, and we're going to start right off the bat with our poses. So if you want to take a few moments here, maybe shut the video off and find some centering in either a child pose or just take some easy movement with some cows and cats, a little bit of spinal movement, maybe a downward dog. You can do that. But if you're all ready to go, we're going to go ahead and start. The poses will be held for at least 5 deep breaths, and that will be my 5 deep breaths. So whatever it is for you, just please make sure the breaths are moving down into the belly. Okay, starting at the top of your mat. I guess I better move away from the chimes. Inhale, arms to the sky. Exhale, take a forward fold. Fingertips to the floor, soften into the neck. Inhale to that flat back. Lift your gaze, lift your hips. Exhale back into your fold. And then inhale, raise your arms to the sky, and we're going to immediately drop into chair pose. Set your weight into your heels. Make sure you can see your toes. Draw the navel up and in, lengthen the tailbone. Inhale, reach all the way back up, and then exhale all the way down. Inhale to gaze forward. Exhale, hands down, right foot steps back, drop the foot flat to the mat, bend right knee, your left knee, and come up to warrior one. Find your right foot grounded, bend the left knee, and check the tracking of that knee into the center of your foot. Draw your left hip back a bit. If you wish, interlacing your fingers and then lifting through the thoracic spine as you engage your lower bandhas and look up only if your neck allows. And then open to your warrior two and check with your left knee, make sure it does not move in. Adjust your right foot. Adjust the distance between your feet. Settle in a little deeper, attempting to get the left thigh as parallel to the floor as you can. With a soft gaze out over your left fingertips, turn the palm up. And we're going to inhale right away into our side warrior. So let your gaze come toward the long side of your mat as you open into your left side. One more breath in here. Come all the way up and start to lengthen over your left thigh. Bring in your left forearm to your thigh, right arm to the sky. Deepen into that left hip if it feels okay. And then maybe turning your palm, reach over your ear. Roll your right chest a little more open. Press firmly down onto your left thigh with that forearm. Root down into your right foot, pinky toe, big toe, inner heel, outer heel. Come all the way back to warrior two, and just for a breath, straighten out that leg and let your arms come down. Rebend, left knee, open your arms back to warrior two, soft gaze out over your left fingertips. Press your left palm to the sky and bring your right hand around, taking your twisted warrior. On your next breath out, draw that navel a little bit more to the left. You can look up, only if your neck is okay. Come back through warrior two. Begin to straighten out the left leg. Take a deep breath in here and reach your left arm out as far as you can as you draw that right hip back. And then lower left hand down, right arm up. Tuck the chin just a tiny bit and look up at your right thumb. Release right hand down as you softly bend your knee and step your right foot in about a foot, turning the toes a little bit more to the front. And then maybe using 2 blocks or fingertips to the floor. Inhale, lifting your chest, square the hips, left hip back, right hip forward. And then exhale as though you're trying to draw your chin towards your shin. And maybe walk your hands out. I'm going to walk my hands back and draw that left foot back just a little. Begin to lift your right leg into a standing split. Maybe bringing the left hand around to the ankle and drawing your chest a little closer. And then with a little micro bend in your left knee, come into any variation of warrior three. Warrior three, arms would be out in front, hands can be at heart center or along your side. Release the hands down, softly step your right foot back to a lunge. Heel toe your left foot to the right side of the mat. And then step your right foot up to the opposite side as you sit down gently. Bringing your left hand behind you, either encircling your right arm around that knee, or inhale to take it up to the sky, and then exhale, elbow outside. Take another breath in, and then exhale into your twist. Navel, chest, and chin. As you release and come back through center, bring your left leg around behind you. Draw the right knee a little bit to the right side of the mat, positioning that shin either as parallel to the front, the short side of the mat, or at the angle that works best for your knee. Curling your back toes under, find where your hips are nice and square. Since we will be here for a few breaths, if you feel not secure and you might rock, place a block just under your right bum. Bring your fingertips to the mat. Come up nice and tall. And you can keep the back toes curled under or release them. If you release them, straight back. Look over both shoulders. Take a big breath in. And then exhale as you walk out onto your forearms. Spread your fingers wide. And then draw your chest forward with your fingers on the mat. Then making a pillow with your hands, release your elbows and let your forehead come to your hands. And begin to bring your hands back to the mat. If you have a block under your right bum, release the block, sit onto that side. Swing your left leg around and try to stack your shins so that your left foot is on your right knee, or left knee then on right foot. And if that's too much, just cross your legs. Flex your feet, shoulders down your back. And just begin to draw the chest forward. Walking the hands back. If you can, just come into a simple cross leg pose and roll over your legs. Gradually take yourself back to table pose. If you cannot, roll over your knees, take them out to the side. Knees under hips, wrists under shoulders. Spread your fingers wide. We're going to inhale into a cow. And then exhale as you press your hands down, tuck the chin, tailbone round your spine. Inhale again into a cow. Exhale into a cat. This time inhale into your cow, curl the toes under. And exhale into downward facing dog. Pressing your heels gently down toward the mat. Lift your tailbone, let it form like a little fish hook moving up toward the sky. Let the neck be soft with your ears between your biceps and you form a nice long spine. Start to turn your pointer fingers a little out to the side. Inhale as you come forward into plank pose. And then exhale slowly all the way down. Inhale into your cobra. Tops of the feet, thighs, pelvis on the floor. Chest lifting up and forward, soft backside. Breathe. One more breath as you release down. Curl your toes under and press back to downward facing dog. Then looking between your hands, step, hop, or walk your feet to the front of your mat and forward fold. Inhale to that flat back. Exhale, fold. Inhale as you take your arms all the way to the sky. And exhale into that chair pose. Weight into the heels. Drawing the navel up and in. Lengthen your tailbone. Long spine. Seat low, chest high. Inhale, reach high. Exhale, hinge and fold. Inhale to a flat back. Exhale, step the left foot back. Drop it flat to the mat and come to warrior one. Adjusting your hips to as square to the front of the mat as you can. Maybe interlacing all but that pointer finger. Rolling your shoulders down your back. Engage your lower bandhas, your bathroom muscles, your coffee muscles. Start to lift into your chest as you take your gaze up only as high as your neck will allow. And open to warrior two. Check in with your right knee. Make sure it did not travel with you. Change the stance a little bit if you have to, distance, and maybe your left toes a little bit more toward the long side of the mat. Turning your right palm up. Inhale, taking your side warrior. Turn your gaze toward the long side of your mat. Keep that right knee bent. All the way back to warrior two. Begin to lengthen to the right. Right forearm to thigh, left arm to sky. If you can deepen into your right hip, maybe walk the toes a little farther forward. Turn your palm on the left arm, reach over your ear. Roll your chest open. Root down into your left foot. Pinky toe, big toe, inner heel, outer heel. Keep that right shoulder away from your ear as you press firmly down. Come all the way back to warrior two, and just for a breath, straighten out your right leg, let your arms come down. Rebend, knee, open arms, warrior two. Challenging that right thigh, how parallel to the floor can you go? Turning your right palm to the sky, bring your left hand around, gazing out through the fingers. Then maybe lifting your gaze a little, exhaling the navel a little more to the right. Root down into your left leg. And then coming back to warrior two, straighten out right leg. Take a deep breath in here as you lengthen, reaching over your right leg. Draw the left hip back. Right arm down, left arm up. Tuck the chin a little and turn to look up at your left thumb. Press into the big toe of that right foot. Think of trying to draw your right thigh bone into your hip socket. Soft bend into the right knee, bringing both hands to the floor or your blocks, stepping your left foot in about a foot and turning the toes slightly more forward. Inhale to press down and lengthen the chest as you square the hips, pull the left hip forward, right hip back. And then exhale, folding over your leg, walking your arms out if you wish. Breathe into your side body. Good. Walk your hands back and bring that right foot back a bit. Start to lift the left leg into your standing split. Maybe wrapping the right hand around behind your ankle and draw the chest a little closer to your shin. And then your warrior three. We're going to parallel the chest to the floor using your blocks or fingertips. Little micro bend in your right knee, bringing your hands to heart center. Crown of head moving away from your left heel. Maybe arms out in front, full warrior three. Maybe by your side. Release your hands back to the floor as you step your left foot all the way back. Find your lunge. And then walk your right foot to the left. Bring your left leg up behind that calf and begin to sit down. Right hand rather behind your hip. Left arm can wrap the knee or inhale as you take it up to the sky. Elbow outside of the knee. Take a big breath in. Press that right hand down and then exhale into your twist. Navel, chest, and chin. As you release, swing your right leg to the back of the mat and begin to position for pigeon. So draw your knee a little to the left side of the mat, finding the shin is parallel to the front or not, as wherever your knee will allow. Curling the back toes under to settle your hips. And you can release the knee and release the toes if you wish. Just make sure that they're going straight back and not moving to one side or the other. Pressing your fingertips down, take a deep breath, come up. And then exhale as you lower slowly onto your forearms. With your fingers spread wide, draw your chest forward. And then make a pillow with your hands to rest your forehead on. If you're unstable and you feel like you're rocking, tuck a block under your right thumb. I'm sorry, that would be left thumb. And bringing your hands back to the floor, sit down onto your left side, removing the block if you had one there, and swing that back leg around to stack into stacked logs. Right shin on top of left, right foot on knee, right knee on foot. Flex your feet, shoulders down the back, arms by your side, and then start to very carefully find your edge as you move your arms out in front. Walking your hands back. Release your legs to the front of the mat with a little flexion in the feet. Don't press so hard that the back of your knees are in contact with the mat. Settle your sitting bones. Roll the shoulders down your back and bring your arms down by your side. Press your hands down. Come up nice and tall. Moving from Dandasana to Paschimottanasana. As you inhale, reach your arms up. And then exhale, gently begin to lengthen forward, releasing your hands when you cannot come down any farther to the mat or somewhere on your legs. Soften into your back and let your neck relax as well. Keep a little bend in the elbows. Make sure your shoulders are not being pulled out of your upper body. And then walk your hands back. Bring your feet flat to the mat. Roll the shoulders down your back and bring your hands in back of your thighs. And then begin to sit back, keeping the chest up. Find your boat pose. The hands may remain behind your thighs. You may release them to the side, and you may take your legs out. So any variation of. And slowly bring the feet back to the floor with a 90-degree angle. With your hands behind you, fingers facing forward, although some people are more comfortable fingers facing back. Roll your shoulders down your back and try to squeeze your shoulder blades toward each other. Keep your chin tucked just a bit and start to press your feet into the floor as you lift your hips. If your neck is okay, you can look up, or you can even drop the head back. And then slowly release. Take your legs out onto the mat and lower down onto your backs. Draw your left knee up into your chest. Release that left arm out to the side and start to draw the knee toward the right. You can turn your gaze towards your left fingers. Come back through center. Lengthen that leg out onto the mat and draw your right knee up to your chest. Give it a hug. Release your right arm out to the side, drawing the knee now to the left, and let your head turn to the right. Come back through center and then draw both knees in. Maybe keeping your big toes touched to reach up and grab the pinky toe side of your feet. And then do a little happy baby here. And then eventually bringing yourself down onto the mat in any position for your relaxation. Maybe the soles of your feet will be touching, maybe your legs will be out, or maybe your feet will be on the outer edges of the mat and dropping your knees toward each other. Press the back of your head gently onto the mat to lift your chest. And then allow your shoulders to open. Palms are up. feel down into your body from the soles of your feet up through your legs, softening with the breath as you release your shoulders and your arms. Remaining here for as long as you wish in your Shavasana. And when you are ready to come out, just find yourself in a comfortable seated pose. Possibly just a few rounds of straw breath, a deep breath in through the nose, slow breath out through the mouth, bringing in the positive energy and letting go of the negative. Enjoying the rest of your day. Thank you so much for joining me. Namaste.